All right, guys, how's it going? So I've been thinking about when we might hear something from Liverpool Football Club, either unofficially via Ornstein or Joyce, or officially via the Offal. The Offal is the nickname we gave to the official LFC website back in the, I don't know, early 2000s, late 90s or something like that. The Offal, we call it the Offal. All right, you're super cool and trendy if you call it the Offal, trust me. Right, because you're old school, you know what I mean? Old school, not one of these little wankers that was on a fucking posse and that when we started out back in the day. Just think, I was around my website before YouTube, and Facebook and Twitter. Yeah. I know, you can tell, you can tell. Well, that's why my eyes are fucked. I've been staring at a fucking monitor for all that time. What was I on about? Announcement from Liverpool Football Club, possibly. Now, they want a new sporting director in place in March. That's what we've been told, right? And I think that's their timeline, and I believe it. It can change because maybe they need longer to decide what to do with one of these different permutations. If Edwards comes back, if he comes back, there's that a new position. Is Hulk Hogan going? Who does he want as sporting director, and who do they all want as fucking manager? Do they want Amarim or do they want Alonso? The owners have got all these different things to put together, so maybe they'll want more time to think about it. Who knows? We can only speculate. We're not ITKs around here, guys, and we'll leave that to these fucking idiots on here. Fucking numpties. Right, so there's an international break coming up, right, which runs from March 18th to March 26th. All right, that would be perfect timing to deal with some things. Do you not think? Now, we play the enemy on the 17th, Sunday the 17th, right? Now, if that goes tits up, right, there'll be fucking hell on. So, you know what the owners are like, you know what I mean? Well, not necessarily the owners, but they're certainly very good at managing expectations and managing news and distractions. So if something goes wrong around then, the international break, boom, would be a great time to announce it. But I think it's more likely that they would want to get some kind of news out if that game went fucking wrong. But regardless of the outcome of that game, I wouldn't be surprised if we heard something during that break. However, the last credible rumours, I don't know, let's not call it rumours, it's stronger than that. The last credible suggestions was that Liverpool would make an announcement towards the end of March. Would you be surprised if something, boom, came out today? I think I would be surprised, but I wouldn't be surprised, we're on the 7th, and we're on a Thursday, 8th, 9th, my daughter's birthday on the 9th, oh, fucking hell, I better get a card sorted, 10th, 11th, yeah. You see, when it's silent, I think that's a good thing. I do. I really do think that's a good thing. I think that's a sign of progress because that means that the club, the officials, or whoever the club is in your eyes, which reminds me, that means they've not had to play anything out publicly. Now, they may want to play something out publicly to win the fans over or to show, hey, look, we are trying our best, so that you read that, right? Calm the fan base and that. Or you may read something in the media because they need to put the pressure on someone. So, for example, Liverpool closing in on Ruben Amorim puts the willies, no pun intended, up. Alonso and his camp maybe, right? Oh, fucking hell, I'm going to miss my chance to manage Liverpool. So it wouldn't necessarily mean that Liverpool were really pushing for that. It depends who's saying it. It depends who's saying it, to be honest with you. Because I think the club used different journalists for different reasons. I do, honestly. But we've gone over that a million times before. I think we'd be here all day if I start telling you who I think, very briefly, Ornstein connected, more so to the ownership, right? Joyce more so to the people that run the club on a day-to-day basis in the city. But they do cross over as well. Although I wouldn't say that Joyce crosses over into the ownership too much. But the other, Ornstein, I think he's the GOAT, you know what I mean? Then you got this other clique of journalists, but they're not worth fucking paying attention to. They're really not. If you see a journalist having to take to YouTube or to having to appear on fan podcasts and that, I think that's just them trying to stay relevant and out there. They may at one time have been in the loop, with maybe a player that was at the club or they might have had, a really good connection to someone, an executive, but maybe that was 10 years ago or something like that, But they're still relevant to some people, especially those that are like, oh, I remember, years ago he knew this, and it's just, I just don't think so, guys. I really don't. Put it this way, right? It's my job to try and inform my members and my friends as much as possible, right? As much as possible. I just seen this column move, and it doesn't update very often. BBC and ITV, this is doing Mike Keegan at the Daily Mail, think that they're trying to get Jurgen Klopp to do punditry for the Euros. But the suggestion is that Klopp won't do it. Anyway, can't remember what I was saying. Oh yeah, it's my job to keep an eye on every fucking thing. Like I just did, there you go. So I could have told you in real time if it was interesting. But I don't follow any of these other people. I don't. Sometimes people say to me, "Did you see what?" I'm not even going to use the nicknames on it in a public video. Did you see what such and such said? And I go, "No, I've got no intentions of." See, I just don't think they're relevant, guys. I think you just go with Ornstein, you go with Joyce, and Fabrizio Romano, and that's your lot. That's all you need. You really do, honestly. That's it. But you form your own opinions, obviously. James Pearce, I think, still worth having a listen to. But I think James Pearce is good with, writing articles and interviews and things like that. At one time, I might have listened to him more than the others, but it changes. Dan Rowan at the BBC used to be the equivalent of Ornstein, if you like. Dan Rowan, and very, very close to the LFC owners. But I think, I'm not sure, I don't know what, now, I think he went more into finance to do with football or finance in general, business. I'm not sure, because I don't follow him anymore because he's not relevant anymore. Unless it's about takeovers and investment, because I think you'll have seen Dan Rowan surface when the club was apparently up for sale the last time when they were looking for, investors and stuff, and Dan Rowan was appearing, talking about Qatar and Middle East and stuff like that. So how have I even got onto these fucking people? Probably because it's quiet and no one's saying anything at the moment. I can't even remember what this video is about. I genuinely don't even know what this video is about. What was this video about? Did I look at something on my phone? Oh, it was about the international break, when we might see some news. There you go. See, total genuine, honestly. My brain, I have a terrible, terrible memory. But it's bizarre. You can mention a game to me about Liverpool in 1987, 88, 91, 93. Do you remember that goal that Dean Saunders scored? I go, yeah, I remember the pass. I remember who the assist was. It's funny, innit? You can remember things like that. But I can't remember something 5 minutes ago. Fucked up. It's called getting old, kids. You know what I mean? Although, I am 49. I'm old to some of you, but I'm not old in the big and scheme of things. Hey, so that's it. That's your lot on this one. Please thumbs up the video if you appreciate it. Please leave a comment. Comments are so important. Your views are very important. If you want to look after me, you can get me a coffee or a vodka. It's not a beer, it's a vodka. The super thanks. I'm looking forward to getting out this weekend. But it's been a bit of a strange week for me. So I need that. And maybe we will do Saturday night streaming on here, but it's whether you can get me home from the pub or not, right? Shouldn't go out really, to be honest with you, but we'll see. All right, I hope you understand the video. The reason for the video is to tell you that would be a good window, I think, for an announcement of some sort. Although maybe not an official announcement, but you might see something dropped out there during that period. Mark it in your fucking calendars. I told you something had happened when I went away, didn't I? And I think quite a few bits and pieces did happen, especially to do with Edwards and the shunting of Hulk Hogan into that new position in FSG, which in theory opens up the possibility of more power for Michael Edwards. They're saying that Hulk Hogan, his job wouldn't be affected at Liverpool. How can you be CEO of FSG International, which is a company in its own right, and then say, but it won't affect your position at Liverpool Football Club? That's nonsense, right? So, no, I think they're just preparing maybe for changes. So we'll see, guys. Yeah, we'll see. Hope you appreciate the video. Hope you like it. I'm just wondering if I've got anything else I want to talk to you about today. Don't forget, you can join us. We have a chat room that's free to join for all of you guys. t.me/Cop Talk Chat. You'll be prompted to download Telegram. No one sees your mobile number. You can use whatever name you want. Just fucking behave yourself. And there's hundreds of Liverpool fans in there that you'll see from the comments in there. Word of warning, though, everything that's in there, there's a lot of speculation. They post every fucking thing they see on Twitter. On that, you know what I mean? So, okay, I think we're going to do... Yeah, there's some more stuff I want to talk about. I'll be back with you shortly if you're watching these in order. All right, guys. Cheers.